Now, remember that we were discussing about that the middle line from the Bollinger Band, which is this one, it's the 50% of the operation. And that when the candles tends to touch this line, they tend to react in the positive way because they need to be consolidated. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes, I do remember that.
Well, this still happens, okay? And as you can see, it's something that it's happening right now. But I can see that the market is moving more with the way that the indicators are going. And I say, okay, I understand. Maybe it's not following the Bollinger Band rule, but I know that has been touched the 50% line. Okay, so I'm expecting a pushback there in the operation. And take a look at the stochastic. It's moving up as the candles are doing, but I'm in 1 minute. If I go to 30 seconds, everything's starting to have a little bit more sense. There is a crossing from below when the white line is giving us these green candles. Now, in 30 seconds, as you can see, I have a pushback right now where the stochastic is fighting against the moving averages. But still, I know the reason why the candles are moving. The only thing is that the less candle time you're having, the faster is going to be the operation. It is risky. I mean, the more accurate you want to have the movement from the market, the dangerous it gets when you want to find a nice entry point. This is where I just show you that the expiration time tends to be very, very short. With 30-second candle, I mean, usually it's 15 seconds. And this is something that I decided to cut off the session yesterday because it was very, very volatile. And it was something that is not worth the risk. I was trying to go for 5 minutes, but the market it was changing too much. So if I decide to go, for example, right now in 5 minutes, which should be like the usual candle time that we use here, you see that there is a lot of pushbacks. Why? Because first of all, the Bollinger Band hasn't been completed. That's why we have this inconsistency here in the operation, when the real movement of the market is happening in 30 seconds. But this is the special case that for this specific pair, let's just say that if we move to Euro RUB. So right now, everything is getting synchronized in order to go for a put position, you see? We're still having the moving average to start bending down, but there is a problem. We need to find why is it that the moving average hasn't bending out. Down, I'm sorry. So we go to 1 minute and let's just check. Okay, I see that the operation is starting to go down. Again, it's touching the line 50. It's 1 minute. So let's check and trying to enter there. We're going to have the pushback of the stochastic. The operation is touching the line 50%, you see? That's why the pushbacks. What happened if we move to 30 seconds? In 30 seconds, already touch their Bollinger Band, you see?
Yeah.
Again, this is what is really happening to the market. So it's not something that I like, it's something that is need. Let me see in 30 seconds. Okay, we still have movement from stochastic, but the moving average is not moving. That's why there is a lot of breakdowns. Maybe we're going to check later on, maybe at just a couple of hours, maybe 2-3 hours. We're going to check again. Because right now there is a lot of breakdowns, And there is a lot of retractions there, you see? It touched the line 50. I mean 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm trying to cover 2 candles here. And that's why I don't like to go with too much expiration time, because the candles tends to move too fast. And goes in 1 minute. I'm still following the Bollinger Band rules. All right, so the 1 in 1 minute was working good. Keep it short. All right. Again, you see why it's keeping it short? Because I know the markets are volatile. Well, no, I'm sorry. Volatile is not the word. It's not consolidated. All right, again, hitting the 50% line, going
It's
back.
good. Yeah.
So far, it's doing good.
Yeah.
Okay. It gets consolidated. Okay, understand that needs to keep going down because we're following a rule. That's the thing. You need to be loyal to your rules. In these cases where the market is going too volatile, you need to go by the rules. If something is not fitting into your rules, okay, that's your alert to say, okay, there's something wrong here. Instead of not knowing, instead of you getting confused, don't do that. Go by the rule.